Peace and love, everybody. Today we have an exciting show for you and a very special guest, very good friend of mine. And I want to introduce her, and we're going to jump right on into this conversation today. We have the one, the only, the beautiful, the amazing Nicole, the brand, aka Kim Carey, in the building. How are you, sis?
Hi, everybody. Hi, honey.
How are you? Good to see you.
So happy to finally, the journey we have taken to get to this point is, it's a lifelong story.
Absolutely. And you look amazing as ever.
Yes. Hello.
Thank you. Thank you. So we're going to start out. I know a lot of you guys don't know who this wonderful woman is, but you will find out in just a moment. Wow. So first, can you share where you are from in the U.S.?
Okay. Well, first things first, my name is Kimberly Carey,
yes.
And I am originally from St. Louis, Missouri, but I came here from Houston, Texas. When was that? In 2011. So I've been here in UAE now for 12 years, and we're still rocking.
Long time.
Yes, a long time.
So tell me, what made you choose to come to the UAE, the United Arab Emirates?
Boredom.
Oh my goodness.
Well, to piggyback off of that, the reason why I say that is because my life was so monotonous.
Okay. And
of course, being back home, you work 2-3 jobs.
Yes.
It's a norm for us to do, but it just became such a same. And it's like, when am I living? Where is the life in this? And I was like, okay, it's either the military or somewhere else, because I actually do come from a military family. And at that time I was 31, 32 years old, and I think at the time the limit for military was 37. And I was like, well, I still got a few more years before I can, go ahead and join up. And
oh my goodness.
It wasn't the point of the UAE that was my my point to get to. It was just like, I just want to go somewhere else. I just want to do something else. I just want to be not here. And like I said, I was actually training for the Army.
Oh, wow.
And as a teacher. And before you knew it, something came on TV while I was getting ready for my second job. And it said, are you a teacher? Would you like to teach overseas? And I was like, yeah. Would you like a tax-free salary? Yeah. Where do I sign up? And the rest is history.
Wow.
So within a month, I was signed up. And within the next month, so it's 2 months, I was out of the country. So I didn't have to join the military. No, a different war.
Okay.
A war of education.
All right.
So now I'm a teacher here.
She's a teacher. She's an
educator.
educator. Wow. And shout out to all the educators out there.
Big ups.
And we had a big community here.
We sure did.
Educators.
We did, especially where we originally were, which was very family and community oriented.
So we met in Al Ain. We lived in Al Ain,
UAE, which is a part of.
You were here 2011.
2011, yeah.
I came 2015. So you were here a few years before me and my family. So we came here, and the community was just growing and growing and growing. So
very
beautiful.
close.
Al Ain is an oasis town. Very beautiful.
Yeah, it's out of Abu Dhabi. So if anybody wants to go and see where the sheikhs have their other houses, where they're originally from, is Al Ain. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, so it's a pleasure to just connect with you again. We're back here again.
And then shocked me. I'm going to tell you right now, I was grading papers one night and I saw a post. I'm glad to be back. And I was like, back? And it said UAE. And I'm like, oh my God, are you here? Where are you?
Yes.
Like, you just got off tour. Like,
yes, do a little bit of traveling. But so let's get back to what you have been up to.
Okay,
so now, you made that decision to move or relocate to the UAE. You're teaching, and what is it that you teach? What is your specialty?
I started out with English, just like everybody else.
Yes.
So it feels like everybody came here for it. It was very hard for you to transition from one subject to another. So after I left our original company in 2019, I was able to find a school that would allow me to teach what my master's is actually in, and that's in business and management.
Excellent.
So at this time, I am teaching business and economics at a wonderful school at the northern tip of the United Arab Emirates called Ras Al Khaimah.
Ras Al Khaimah.
Turn it up. It's representing.
And it's a lovely place.
It really is.
You have the beaches and everything.
You have the beach and you have the mountains. It's just like Al Ain, but just with a beach on the side.
With a beach.
That's it.
Excellent. Yeah. So I guess things are going pretty well.
Things are going pretty well. I can't really complain. And
hey, okay.
What's the point?
Now, outside of that, you've been doing some other great things. You have a business. You have a brand.
Yeah.
You have a brand. I'm going to emphasize that, a brand.
The brand.
So not only does she teach business, she puts it to work. She has a brand, and it's K Nicole. And you have your own brush line because you are also a makeup artist.
Well, yes, I started.
Can you tell us how you started in makeup a little bit before we get into? I want to see them.
No problem.
Products.
The transition of it all. Okay, I started in makeup actually in 2012 because when I first moved here, I hated makeup.
Whoa, that is so weird. Like, are you serious?
It's a heart attack. Makeup was not my thing. I was just like, how you guys feel when you're like, Kim, you gonna do my makeup? Don't do it too much. And I'll just be like, that's how I would be.
Wow.
I was worse. I'd be like, I'm not wearing it. I don't like it. I don't see the point. I don't understand. It gets on everybody's clothes and pillowcases and it's foolishness and it's gonna melt anyway.
Shocking.
No, seriously.
You're fantastic. Like,
well, it's God blessed.
ooh.
So he opened my eyes.
It's hard.
But he opened my eyes to something different when I came here. So when I first came here, and one of the other reasons why I came here is because I was trying to deal with my embracing as being an alopecia woman. Having a condition called alopecia. Alopecia is where your hair falls out for any reason, because your body doesn't like it. That's usually what they say. But at that time, I had absolutely no idea how to embrace it. I had no clue. So it turns out I can't control my hair, but I can control what goes on my face. And it's something different, something new. You know, let's try it. So from that time on, from 2012 all the way up, I was doing my own makeup. People saw how I was doing it and was like, hey, well, can you teach me how to do something? Da 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 da. And then next thing you know, I'm in makeup school, driving from Al to Dubai, which is almost 2 hours to and fro for about 2.5 to 3 months, just to get a certificate. But thereafter became a freelance makeup artist. And let's see, makeup all the way up until ta-da, the brand.
And I have to say, I love your confidence and your just the way you carry yourself, because you would never know that. Okay, you've been dealing with alopecia, and I think, girl, you wear that baldy like a queen. You hear me? You are gorgeous. You wear that baldy like nobody. You hear me? You are gorgeous.
Thank you.
You are gorgeous. I remember being with her one day. It was like your birthday party.
Oh gosh.
And this lady stopped her just to say how beautiful you are. And that was like, wow, that was amazing. That was amazing. That was so beautiful. And she was a local. And
well, you know, it was rare to see someone like me, especially during that time. You know, there were a lot of people who would not. And this is the country of I cover up, I wear a wig, I don't show that type of vulnerability. So I was a unicorn.
Amazing. So then now, so getting back to, you went to school, you are certified, you are a professional makeup artist. So how hard or easy are pros and cons of setting up your business? Like getting started in that.
Oh goodness, number one, at that time, once again, I was a unicorn again, because being an African American makeup artist in this country was rare.
Oh wow.
We did not exist. It was like, who does dark skin? And it's like, who does it right? And it was very scary. I could say that the market was not saturated with me.
Wow.
It started with me and maybe about 2 or 3 other people who were around, who social media wasn't like social like it is now. But it was hard. It was hard to find. And then on top of that, you have someone who can deal with all skin. Not just dark skin or the black skin, as they like to say here. So that's interesting. So setting up the business really was not hard, because living in LA, once again, we're a very supportive community. And anytime I needed a face, needed somebody, I had a neighbor go, give me your face. All colors, all skin types, shades, everything, you name it. I had it. It was on my Instagram, it was on my portfolio. And before you knew it, I had a business. I was able to actually feel confident with charging for my services. Whereas before it was like, I'll do everything for free for experience and exposure, which is, you know, a lot of times you have to pay your dues. A lot of people don't understand that that's how you get in the business and show what you can do. You can't just come out the gate saying, you know, boom, I'm stepping in the room and take me as I am, and you're sitting at home doing nothing. So, you know, why not grow and, you know, figure out other ways to make your money? You'll make your money later. Just get in there. So that's how I grew it. And then from there, doing fashion shows and partnerships in 2015, Abu Dhabi had their first Abu Dhabi fashion party. That's what we called it. And we put on a full fashion show for 2 years, actually. And I was creative director, and I was actually a model in the last year that we did it, the second year that we did it.
I remember that. We need to answer that. You Runway.
Where is that?
You're looking at a runway model.
Where is that? And actually, I was thrown on stage by somebody, by one of the designers. She was like, I want you. And I was like,
I saw the
here we go again.
Fantastic. No.
Here we go again, being thrown into stuff from like a lost seed from years ago.
You belong there. That was
amazing. Thank you. Yeah.
And so you were also working behind the scenes as well, doing the makeup for runway shows.
Yeah.
Everything. Dubai Runway. Oh my goodness.
Runway Dubai was interesting.
Runway Dubai.
Yeah, Runway Dubai was interesting. This was, so let's jump to 2016. 2016 was my golden year, I swear. So not only was I Tips and Toes Salon and Spa, which is one of the largest salon and spas in this region, but I was selected to be the first African-American alopecia model to be selected to be showcased, you know, nationally throughout this country. So it's like salon and spa, you know, what they've always been known for are people who are like this and with long hair or covered, which is fine. But what about everybody else?
Amazing.
Let's see. And then I got selected to be spokesmodel for Runway Dubai, which is like one of our like Dubai Fashion Week in the month of November that takes place. I was selected for that as the first. That was another thing, because I was a normal person. I'm a normal person, and a lot of times they choose someone who has a platform as far as what they support. And my support and their support of that year was alopecia and being your own kind of beautiful, your own kind of beauty, and bald beauty, so on and so forth. So I rocked it.
You did. You rocked it. So, and then from there, so you did the runway for a bit, and you're still, you know, teaching business and whatnot, which is very important, economics. And so now we move on to
2017
brands. I'm so excited, and I'm super proud of you.
Thank you.
Super proud of you.
Yes, we've come a long way.
Can I have that, please?
Sure.
Introducing the brand by none other. Nicole.
Ta-da.
These are her.
Yes, that's my babies.
Her babies.
These are my babies.
Yes, brush class.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And so we want to take a gander at these.
Yes.
And beautiful. So this is her brand.
Yes. Yes, this is the original rainbow set.
Take a look at them. They're beautiful.
There you go.
I love the vibrant colors.
Yes, the original rainbow set.
The vibrant colors here.
So how this began, let me start out by telling this. When in 2017, so we're just progressing as we go on with the business, I started actually teaching classes, and it was called Slay Day. And with Slay Day, I wanted to teach regular, everyday women how to do makeup for themselves. Now, you learn everything, but out of that everything, you pick out what are the little things that you want to focus on. Okay, great. So how I would do that, I would incorporate brushes from other companies. But the thing is, my people would get very frustrated when it comes to brushes. Be like, I don't know what that's for. I don't understand what that's for. I don't know. So what I would do on these brushes, since they all looked alike, I would get color-coded rubber bands. And that would be the color association, the differentiation that, you know, this is the face brush. This particular brush, like blue is for face. Pink is for concealer. Purple is for eyes. Let's just say that. So I still have students to this day from 2017, 2018 classes who still have their original brush set with the rubber bands on it. So I said to myself, let's stop buying from these companies, and we're gonna just see what it takes to make our own. And brush class by
and
Nicole.
yours are so much easier because they are labeled. They are right. This is
and it's not just a
brush.
number. It's a number, and just so we can keep it in order.
Right.
A skew thing going
Powder
on.
brush. Am I
But other than
the right
that,
way?
yeah, you're good. I think so. Yes.
This is the powder brush.
Yes.
So then you aren't confused anymore. You know exactly what it's for.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong.
The blush.
Don't get me wrong. If there are, colored brushes, yeah, and they're gorgeous. That's the thing about it. A lot of times people associate the rainbow set with kids. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what they look like. They look like they're just a toy for children to play around. No. Yeah. This is brush class. You have brushes of class, and you can add it to your kit. And some people say it's too pretty to even put makeup on them.
They're gorgeous.
But it's beautiful.
They're beautiful.
And I was just sharing a moment ago that this is private labeled, but I actually created the sizes. I went through the size, I went through the bristles, I went through the labeling, the color coordination. All of that was me and designed with my manufacturer.
Got you. Because I was going to ask you if you could share a little bit about the process to create and then, have these manufactured. If, whatever you can share.
No problem. Number one thing is you can never stop at one. Just because you have a set doesn't mean that you're done. You actually have to test it out. You actually have to feel the bristles. You actually have to see that the colors are the vibrancy that you want it to be. Because a lot of times on websites, you'll just see brushes and it's like, oh, okay, or you'll receive a foundation, or you'll receive a lipstick, or whatever. It's too drying. Maybe the lipstick is too drying. Maybe the foundation is too runny. It's too watery, or it's not as matte as they said it was. Maybe the lip gloss is it's not glossy enough. Maybe you enjoy something that's not as watery. Maybe you want the texture to be a little bit thicker. Right. So, you can't stop at one. You have to continue to go through the process. This took me about 2.5 years.
Wow.
This took me about 2.5 years. And it's nothing, it's not microwave. This was definitely a slow cooker. A good crock pot. All day. Yeah, it is a process. It is a money process because you're ordering samples every single time. Every time you change something or you think it needs to be changed, you need to order a sample. So before I knew it, I had almost 150 brushes in my house.
Ooh. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And some of them I still have.
Test your stuff out.
I have to test it out.
Right,
just because a specific manufacturer or supplier says, okay, we can do that, and then they send you something, and then before you know it, it's like, no, this is not
what I want.
Not what I wanted. And I don't like how your hair's feel, and I don't like how it's cut. I don't like the density. I don't like how the paint just chips off. I don't. There's a lot of things that go into that. For those out there who are thinking of getting into that kind of business and having their own product, it takes time. It takes time, and you have to test it out.
And research.
And you have to test it out on people. You have to test it out with people in the market.
Okay.
All of that. Even before as you sample, before you even decide to go to mass production.
Yes. And so you have, you've done all of that, and you have this beautiful set of brushes, which I'm gonna get a set myself. Yes. I'm excited. I'm so super proud of her.
Thank you.
Amazing. And she is a hardworking businesswoman. Don't get it twisted. Businesswoman.
Thank you.
And I'm proud of her. What you've been able to accomplish, and just it speaks volumes. You're here for 12 years and you've done so many things.
Yes.
Yeah. So, is there any advice you want to share with those out there, women or men who want to get into business, and if they're like on the line of what it takes and what anything?
Okay. Well, one thing I did yesterday.
Oh wait! Before we do that, I gotta go back because
we just talked about this.
I saw a poster or flyer online, women in business, and the key speaker, the face of the event, was this. Well, the flyer I saw, it was this face.
It was me.
It was probably other speakers, but your face, and I'm like, what? I want to tell her.
She's like, wait till I see her tomorrow.
I don't know. So Congrats. That is amazing. And can you tell us a little bit about the event?
First things first, that was my first speaking engagement that I've done since 2000, probably 17.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's the first time no, 18. Oh my gosh. Yeah, still. It's been quite a long time. So a lot of things have transpired in my life to where I've felt like I did not want to speak or had anything to speak about. So God, once again, just throws you in, pushes you off the branch, and it's like, you're doing it. You're doing it.
Yeah.
So yesterday's episode of Kim was a part of Women in Business, scaling and empowering growth, and that was the whole key message. My talk, I was one of the facilitators. I think there were about 12 of us in total. Okay. However, my specific talk was titled Smoky Eyes to Sunny Days.
All right.
The Journey of a Makeup Entrepreneur.
Awesome.
So with that being said, I talked to about 25 different women, and we all sat in like a sister circle.
Okay.
And in this sister circle, of course, I shared my journey and how you go from a smoky eye time to a sunny days time. Although we do it all the time. It goes, it's a roller coaster, okay? But it's new highs and new lows all the time. But the whole purpose of my talk was to, no matter what part of the journey you're at, you're gonna have those low times, and you have to know how to pick yourself out of them or embrace them and use them to get you out of them. But you still have to acknowledge that it happened. You have to. And I'm not exactly where I want to be. I'm sure you're not exactly where you want to be. As a 44-year-old woman, I did not see myself in this particular position, but this is where God saw me. And I accept it. However, in my smoky eye days, I had a lot of ideas, hence why by Nicole, the brand, is going to be taking off within the next few years, even more, because it kind of kickstarted me. And alongside myself being kickstarted, the other women who were in the room as well. So that was yesterday. That was yesterday's event and talk.
That's awesome.
So hopefully I answered your question.
Yes. I think it's important to always embrace our low times, you know, because we would never be able to appreciate the high times.
Absolutely.
We wouldn't even know what that feels like if you didn't have those moments.
Yeah.
But
how can I bless you with many when you can't even do what you need to do with a few?
I'm sure that was an awesome talk yesterday. I wish I could have been there, but nonetheless, I'm here with you now.
Next time.
And definitely, again, where can we find these beautiful brushes? Those of you out there looking and you want to purchase your set, where can we find these?
Now keep in mind that these brushes are not just for makeup beginners, they're also for enthusiasts and professionals. So it makes it very easy for you to actually find your find your brushes when you're in the midst of doing a face or whatever it may be. So now instead of just looking for the black one, now you see the pink one, now you see the orange one, now you see the red one, and it's easier. Less frustration because they're actually beautiful, and the application of your makeup will go on beautifully, as you can see today. So how you can find the brushes in two different areas specifically, you can go to www.brush-class.com to purchase it directly from our website, or you can check out more information and details and see what our influencers are doing as well on Instagram at brushclass_K Nicole. And
and you actually have a brush class too, right?
I do. And when you DM me, we can make a brush class.
Set it up.
Yes, and that includes the brushes, of course. I teach you how to use every single brush. And you don't have to use the brushes every single day. I mean, you use what works for you. And that's what I teach my people. So you learn everything, and then you figure out what you want, what works for you, and that's what you go for. And then you progress from there. Brush class. It's that simple.
Perfect. Okay. Sounds good. All right. So, any last words?
Well, your last comment, what you said is there anything that I would like to say
Let's go back to that. Any advice you want to give to
the people,
those who are thinking of starting their own business? They're just on the line, they don't know where to start, what to do. What would you say?
This actually stems from the talk yesterday at the women's conference specifically. And one thing that I've been saying to myself as a mantra every single day for maybe the past 6 months or so is I have everything I need in order to be successful. Now, if you don't understand that about yourselves, you need to go back and revamp and reframe until you get that in your head. Because until then, you won't start.
Yeah.
But then again, you have to think to yourself, what is stopping you?
What is stopping?
If you don't take a step, how do you know what the journey is going to be? Period. So, although I've had, a lot of people say, don't have regrets. No, I'm human. I have had regrets. I'm entitled to that. I'm not perfect.
Yes.
Okay. But I don't stop.
Right.
That's
There you go. That's the key.
Don't stop.
Not stopping.
Don't stop.
Don't stop.
One of my good friends yesterday at the meeting, she said, I used to do everything at this particular project at 100%. Now I'm at 2. And I said, well, at least it's not 0. And
Whoa, how about that? Oh.
She was like, just like you just did. She was like,
at least it's not 0.
At least it's not 0. That means it's not dead. You know, I've had times when I'm like, just sell it all. Just throw it all away.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And it's just like, no, you're not. You're okay. You're not going to do that. You're not the only one that's going through this. It is what it is.
That's what it is.
You said go big or go home, and that's what we're doing.
That's what
We're not going home. We're just going to stay big.
There you go. Excellent advice. Wow.
So, yeah, I say that to say you have everything you need in order to be successful, and don't forget that. And take the step.
Take the step.
Take the step.
That's it.
Yeah.
Awesomeness.
Yeah.
It is a pleasure.
It's a pleasure. Absolutely.
Miss Carey.
Yay!
AKA Nicole.
K Nicole, the brand.
Yes. The brand, yes.
Yes.
So it is a pleasure once again, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And your energy, and making me laugh today.
Thank you for always being my sister.
And always.
Yes,
always,
of course.
Always, yes.
Of course. Look out for new collections coming, new ideas coming.
Ooh,
By K
right.
Nicole, the brand is it's a brand.
It's
so
a brand.
It's the brand.
Right. Excellence. Right.
Yes.
Good. All right. So yet another amazing interview here on the Unapologetic Nomads channel. And reach out to this lovely lady. You have her information, and we will see you on the next episode. Peace and love.
And brushes.
And brushes.